Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, acknowledged an ambitious aim to sell 20 million electric vehicles yearly over the following 10 years earlier this year. The availability of nickel, the essential element needed for electric vehicle batteries last year due to increased demand for nickel internationally by automakers, is a significant factor in this plan to ramp up production and expand significantly. Welcome back to another exciting video from Informative Scoop. Today's video is about Elon Musk just found a new insane battery source for Tesla batteries. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. There is currently a 168,000 ton supply shortage due to an astonishing 16.2% growth in global nickel consumption. The most significant production gap has not yet harmed Tesla's ramping up objectives in at least 10 years, and much supply is currently scarce. Elon Musk discovered a solution to the supply crunch. But how? Is his strategy viable? You may be surprised at the solution, since flying nickel is leading the charge in supplying low-carbon emission nickel that meets environmental, social, and governance criteria. It is one of the world's most environmentally friendly nickel mining firms. Since nickel is a crucial component of lithium-ion batteries, some of the batteries used in Tesla EV models now include 80%. It boosts energy storage in a battery's cathode and provides increased energy density, both of which increase the range of any electric car. Because Class 1 nickel must have at least 99.8% purity, not all nickel may be used in EV batteries. All batteries do not, however, employ nickel, especially those produced in China. But because Tesla is a titan in the EV industry and the first to manufacture EVs on such a big scale, the availability of nickel has been crucial to their ramp-up objectives. Elon Musk, therefore, urged miners to increase their nickel output and even asserted that the EV automaker would award enormous contracts to producers who could mine nickel effectively and sustainably. The billionaire businessman's statement was made for this reason. In addition to the rising demand for nickel, there has been a disturbance in the world supply chain. For instance, Russia provides about 16% of the high-grade nickel used worldwide. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, there have been worries about supplies from companies like NOL's nickel. The ongoing war sanctions would impact the world's largest producer of high-grade nickel. Not to mention, due to worries about supply shortages, the price of nickels has increased to record levels throughout the war. Since no one knows when the nickel supply bottleneck will ease, Tesla has been working to keep ahead of it. Tesla has collaborated with nickel mines in New Caledonia, Australia, Canada, Indonesia, and even the United States to achieve this goal. Despite Elon Musk's comments that production in the North American nation is extremely subpar, Tesla and global miner BHP Group signed a supply contract for nickel last year, and the latter company intended to send the metal to Tesla from its West Nickel plant in Western Australia. Additionally, the group asserted that they would be supplying Tesla with nickel sulfate, a crucial battery ingredient with substantially greater margins than nickel metal. Further, Tesla, earlier this year, negotiated its first U.S. nickel supply agreement. Elon Musk was able to secure a significant U.S. source of nickel for his battery facilities in Nevada and Texas when Talon Metals Corp's Tamarack mine project in Minnesota was selected. The EV behemoth intends to purchase lesser quantities of cobalt and iron and 75,000 tons of nickel concentrate over 6 years at prices set by the London Metal Exchange. Additionally, to guarantee security, Tesla also agreed to buy nickel from Swiss commodity trader Trafigura. Beyond that veil, the titan of Brazilian nickel mining joined the long list of collaborators who had decided to supply nickel to Tesla for the long term. They inked a large-scale agreement to provide Tesla with metal from their business's Canadian mining operations, which generated 76,000 tons of the metal in the previous year. According to the deal, Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada's Vale, will provide Tesla with low-carbon Class 1 nickel. According to the nickel factory, its carbon footprint is 4.4 tons of CO2 equivalent per ton of nickel, or about 1/3 of the average for Class 1 nickel reported by the Nickel Institute. The fundamental reason for Tesla's various international trade agreements is that the electric vehicle manufacturer wants to diversify its mineral sources as much as possible to reduce escalating prices in the face of constantly increasing demand. Analysts estimate that 60% of the nickel mines worldwide are Chinese, and that China accounts for more than 80% of the world's nickel processing. Therefore, they are trying to lessen their dependency on Chinese firms like Hunan CNGR and Jinzhou CNGR, which has long been their primary source of refined nickel. Elon Musk has discovered an additional source for the batteries used by EV automakers, which is Indonesia, the world's top producer of nickel. The country in Southeast Asia reportedly holds 23.7% of the world's nickel deposits, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Additionally, according to the International Nickel Study Group, Indonesia was predicted to have produced 34.4% more nickel last year, accounting for 1.04 million tons of the world's total output. according to a statement from the Indonesian government. Tesla had agreed to purchase $5 billion worth of nickel goods from Indonesia over the following 5 years. One of the nation's cabinet officials even claimed that because of ongoing discussions with the EV automaker, Tesla might be able to purchase more. However, given that Indonesia has positioned itself as the primary benefactor of this battery, one can't help but support marvel in the relationship. In addition, many Indonesian mining firms use cutting-edge processing methods to transform the nation's poor-grade ore into a form that a high-performance lithium-ion battery can use. Furthermore, Tesla is in for a contract that excludes the electric vehicle manufacturer from any extraction process because it purchases nickel products rather than nickel or nickel itself. While refining low-grade nickel for high-performance lithium-ion batteries is very energy-intensive, this may seem like a fantastic deal for Tesla. There are reasons to think it might go against Elon Musk's 2020 pledge to give out sizable contracts to companies that can mine nickel effectively and sustainably. But with all these international collaborations, do you believe Tesla will be able to avoid the nickel shortage? Despite EV automakers already starting to raise their costs to meet the commodity pricing of batteries, there is no denying that Tesla is devoted to reducing the cost of making their vehicles. Additionally, until Tesla can find a solution, customers will suffer due to the current spike in nickel's commodity price. But investors may be confident that Tesla is a great company to buy right now due to the increasing demand for nickel. As Tesla CEO Elon Musk stated in a tweet earlier this year, nickel is our most significant issue for scaling lithium-ion cell production. There are more than enough grounds to think that nickel is a better investment now than Tesla's stock, given that he made it evident that any ecologically responsible nickel mining producer deserves a sizable contract from the company. As one of the nickel mining firms leading the charge in providing low-carbon emission nickel that meets environmental, social, and governance criteria, flying nickel is one of the most environmentally friendly in the world. The nickel resources owned by the Canadian mining company equal about 10 million Tesla Model 3 cars worth of nickel. They are progressing with the Thompson Nickel-Mango Nickel Project, a 100% owned project, the second largest nickel field in Canada, having produced more than 5 billion pounds of nickel in the past. Additionally, Elon Musk asks investors to consider these factors when investing in nickel mining companies. Their nickel has an exceptional purity level, sitting at 0.4%, which, compared to their closest competitors' nickel grades, purity of 0.3%, shows a significant competitive advantage. Flying Nickel is also on track to finish the FS and obtain full authorized status in 2022, according to CEO Rob Van Drew, a substantial advantage over the North American greenfield nickel projects. Given the company's location, recent $8.6 million equity offering, feasibility study move with partners, and the fact that their Mango Nickel project is in the top 1% of low-carbon footprint projects, they are fully funded for their 2022 work program. As a result of their vast cost-competitive advantage, their stock is currently an excellent nickel stock alternative. We can only hope, though, that Elon Musk's recently discovered battery source for Tesla batteries will be able to efficiently and sustainably supply enough nickel to let the EV industry heavyweights scale up production and reach their target, selling 20 million electric vehicles yearly. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.